Hey guys, it's me, Aloha, and today I am going to show you how to use or create particles that are world space particles to follow your hand in VRChat with constraints, because you probably have come here because you've put apart that world space particle on thinking it's, you just drag and drop, and you've gone, oh shit, this fucking particle is like not following my hand and it's just at my hip, because the way the avatars load, and they load the IK first and not anything else, so the particle just kind of stays there where it is. So you have to kind of like constrain it or fix it to your hand so it's forced to follow. So basically what you can do is create a game object inside, copy the transforms over from the particle system onto this, so now they're the same, and then you can probably just drag this straight in. Then, like what I like to do is then position the particle, and this way I like this is one way you can do it. I don't personally like doing it like this because it can fucking do some weird shit, because it's referring to a bone and not the exact same position. So if you lock it and then you try to reference it, so like you put something in it, it might flip it to the exact position of the hand bone, and that can cause some real problems. So it's better to just do it with the other way with game objects, but I'll show you this way. So you can you type a constraint, you go down to your parent. I normally just throw this in here, hand, lock, active, and this shouldn't move, and hopefully, yeah, so there you go. Interesting. So, well, I mean, like I said, you remember when I put the particle in and it like flipped it? It was going the other way? Yeah, that's what's happened there. So the particle was actually moved to the it's flipped it to the orientation of the hand. So this way it works, it works fine, somewhat. So if I take all this out, right, see, so there is a way around that. You can create a parent constraint, you activate it, you drag this particle system. This doesn't always work, so I have no idea if this will work. You then go like this. Oh, whoops, that should be the hand. Hold on, I'm rushing. You want to drag the hand, and then you can activate it, lock it, and then it should follow. So like, there's your particle. And the beautiful thing about these constraints is you don't have to press play half the time to like test them. So you can see it's now following my hand. So like if I bring it down there, it's following my hand. I don't prefer to do it this way because like you could see, it just causes problems when you just refer it straight to the hand. The way around that is to have all this off first, drag your hand or your target, your hand or whatever, activate it, then lock it. That way it won't like snap to its like position. It will reference whatever position the game object that this part here is, and then apply it. So that's one way you can do it, and I guess we can press play and test it. I mean, you don't need to do this with constraints. It just works how it is, and you'll notice you can't move this anymore because it's referencing the bone. So yeah, you can see it's working. So there's another way to do this, right? What we can do is, so we'll delete this, drag this back out. So the other way is to use game objects as references inside the armature. I prefer doing it this way. So just same way to make this part. So you just make your game object, all that shit. Game particle system, game object, copy transforms, yada yada. So the only difference is you need to make another game object, right? And we can call this hand target. And this is kind of like doing it the final RK way / rigid body way. And this way, I prefer doing it this way because that's just how I've always done it. So then normally before I drag it over, I'll create a parent constraint, throw the hand target in, activate it, lock, throw the hand into here. Then this particle system should follow my hand. Yeah. So the beautiful thing about this as well is the fact that you can just, not only you can move the hand, you've actually got another way to, like, say you wanted to move this, right? You can just fucking move it with the hand target. And then there you go, it's there. So that's another way to do it. And that's the way I prefer to do it because I find it's easier to fault find. And also the other thing I like as well is you can just, if you do what I do, like, because I have a lot of like I call them doggos, where they're very much copy and paste with certain things, and you can just copy and paste all this stuff over, and it would work. So that's the other reason why I do it this way. So it's just an efficiency thing, but you can do it the way that I showed you the first time, and it works just as fine, provided it doesn't break. This way I find doesn't break nearly as much. So anyway, let's delete that. Let's get rid of that. And now let's try this now with a gun, right? So we have a gun, and this is probably the reason why you're doing this. So let's drag this out, and we'll do it step by step. So I'm going to do it the way I normally do it for this case, because this is just the way I prefer to do things. So let's just ignore all these because we don't actually need all this. This is just stuff that's just left in here, right? So this is what it should look like. So let's get rid of this. Sorry, but I probably should have set this up before I did this. But yeah, this is basically what it would look like with your gun, right? You've got your meshes, you've got your armature. So basically what you can do, I usually just put them, again, I put them in a game object. You don't have to do it in this case because you're using another object as a reference, or as a, like that's where it lives sort of thing. So let's call this particle, and I fucking can't spell for shit. So there you go. So before you do that, I like to copy the transforms because sometimes things can break. So see it like changed quite a lot. Oh, hang on. No, that's right. Yep, no, that's right. So now, drag that in. So yeah, you could probably see when you looked at the transforms, they kind of changed quite a bit. This is why you do that, just in case for those anomalies. So then you can just drag this straight in here and move it around. Actually, you don't. Actually, I find it's better to, it's better to just do all the stuff before you drag it in. So position it where you want it. Yeah, so that looks good. So then now it lives there. Then you drag this in here, and then that's all you gotta do. So I prefer to put a game object on the gun like I did with the particle system, because if you do fuck up, at least with the gun you can pull it back out and reset it. But with a game with if you do it on the gun and you break it, yeah, that's going to be a fun time for you. So normally you can just again copy, paste, then drag that on there, and I like to call it I don't know. Actually, we can just leave it as game object, so it's very obvious on what it is. So you can drag the gun in. Oh, actually, before you do that, I would recommend now, because the reason why I got you to do the particle system and put it in the gun first is so it's easier to like position everything. Because if it's in the gun, it's already parented. It's now, the particle is now a child of the gun. So all you have to do is now just position it where you want. So that's going to be 90, and then you just rotate that boy. So it's probably not right, but whatever, who cares. Just verify, Yep, so now it's down there now, which is good. Now you can just drag this in here. Then you can then create an empty object. Copy the transforms. Create a parent object constraint. Throw this in here, and I should probably name this. So you create a game object that is the target, and lock. Put this in here, so in the hand. So then this shouldn't move at all, so I can't move that because it's being referenced elsewhere. So that works. That works. And then when we play it, we can rotate it like you would normally. So hopefully this video helps you on how to set up constraints. This is the absolute basics on doing particle systems that use a world space simulation instead of a local. So I hope this helps, and I should have some more videos on how to do other things. So yeah, see ya.